Hello my crafty lovelies, it's Pamela. Welcome back to my channel. So I have been doing a lot of beading lately, as you may have seen from my previous video, making bead dangles and dangle charm things for journals and whatnot. And I wanted to show you another project I've been working on that's super easy and super fun. And I just have a little collection of beads, and what I have done is threaded them on to some crochet number 10 thread. Let me move this. I wanted you to see the beads. Okay, let me move this. So this is number 10 crochet thread, and all I have done is strung some beads on here so that it's ready to go. You can make a necklace just like that, or a bracelet, but let me show you what I've been making. These are necklaces. This one's not completely finished yet. Let me show you. Let me move this. I have to finish the ends, but here is a necklace, or you can use it as a bracelet. And they are just so pretty. How do you love this? Isn't that great? I just think they're so pretty. What do you think? So I've made several varieties. These are going to go in my Christmas boutique that I'm doing, that I mentioned earlier. But one of the ways you can close it is with a little crocheted loop. And if you make your last bead on the strand a little bit bigger than this loop, you make the loop according to the size of the bead, and then you don't have any metal findings that you have to purchase. It's just your beads and crochet thread. Or if you do want to have a clasp, I've got this one, and I've done a clasp on it, and this one is done with waxed linen thread, so it's a little bit heavier than the crochet thread, but it's the same thing, necklace or bracelet. Or probably a choker if you did it twice around your neck, because they're about 36 inches long. So let me show you how simple it is to do this. Here's another one I'm working on. It's almost done. Just coral and teal. It's so pretty. Let me show you this one. So we start. I leave a nice tail because I want to crochet the tail into the end, but you just make a slip knot. And this really is micro crochet because this needle is just tiny. It is a, I think it's a 2.0 or a 2.5. And you are just going to crochet like 3 or 4 stitches, and all it is chain stitching. That's it. So there's one. It's a little fiddly at the very beginning just because there's not a lot to hold on to. But I do like 3 or 4 crochets of chain stitches. And then all you do is slide your bead on. And then you're just going to do another chain stitch across the bead. Now if it's a bit bigger of a bead like this one is, I'm going to crochet across the back of the bead. Let me show you that. See how it's kind of, there's a lot right there. So what I do is I go underneath that thread and wrap around, oops, Come on. I'm going to go under this thread that goes across the bead, and I'm just going to do a single crochet. And I'll do that depending on the size of the bead a couple of times, 2, 3, 4 times, 5 times if the bead is kind of long, just because I think it looks more professional and more finished than just having a long loose thread on the back. Okay, so now you can see, let me take this out so you can see how it's going to look across the back. That's it, guys. That's all you do. And then you just work with a few beads at a time and just slide it down and do a chain stitch. And then you can do as many or as few chain stitches in between each bead as you want. I usually do 3 or 4. Sometimes I do 2. Especially between the little seed beads, you maybe want them kind of clustered a little closer together like this. So we just did a chain and 1 chain and 1 and 1 chain, and then you see how close they are together. Those 3, they're separated from this one. This one has 4, and these are just have 1 in between each bead. Now we've got a longer bead, and we're just going to do another stitch, and I'm going to put I'm going to go underneath that and do 1 or 2 stitches just so that it looks nice across the back side. Now, you could use a bigger crochet hook if you've got bigger thread and you're using larger beads. You can certainly do that. This is just what I'm doing. So let's put another couple stitches. And then we'll add this bead. And you see how fast it goes? It's pretty quick actually. Now let me show you, hang on, let me finish this and I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing here. And get another 1 or 2 stitches under that thread that's going across the back. It's getting much easier to handle since there's more at the end to hold on to. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Another bead. There. Now, look at that. And it's going to just go faster because now I've got something to hang on to. But what I've done here is I've got a large bead, some small beads, and another large bead. The reason I did that is so that this bracelet is adjustable. I don't want to have to make different sized bead or different sized bracelets, so I'm making them all the same length, basically all the same length, but I'm making them adjustable by putting 2 large beads about 1 inch to 1.5 inches apart. So when you make your little chain piece at the end, if you've got a larger wrist, you put it on the first one, and if you've got a smaller wrist, you put it on the second one, and then you have a little piece that dangles like a little charm on off your wrist. So that's why I put 2 larger beads separated by some smaller ones so that it's adjustable. Now let me show you how you finish this off. this end piece here, I will just thread this piece on a needle, a very fine needle, and I will just weave it back in through those stitches right there, just across for about an inch, and then I'll clip it and it's secure. It's got that knot at the end, so it's not going to come undone, but I just like to have it a little more secure, so I will thread that through. Then on this end, you need to make a loop, and I'm going to show you here. On this one, we're just going to pretend that this is the end of our necklace or bracelet, and you're going to make a chain, probably like 10 or 12 stitches or chains, depending on the size of the bead that you use. So we want this chain to be able to fit around the bead at the end, so you can kind of measure it and see if it's gonna fit. So I need another one or two. I hope this is clear. I don't want to have to stitch the whole thing. Okay. So we've got our chain, and we're just going to come back. We've got our thread on our needle. We're going to come back to here and like 2 or 3 stitches away from the last bead, and we're just going to connect them with a chain, and that makes the loop. And then this part's a little fiddly as well, because you're working with little tiny thread, hence micro crochet, right? We're going to go in, we're going to do a chain or a single crochet all the way around that. That's what gives you some substance to your loop at the end. I'm trying to find the end of this one. See how that one is thicker? It's just because I've done a single crochet all the way around. So let me show you. We've connected them. Now we're just going to go into each chain all the way around. So we're going to go in right, oops, let me get that back on my hook. We're going to go in right here, wrap around, bring it through, and take off one. Then we're going to go into the next stitch, wrap it around, bring it through, and go through one. And you just do that all the way around. And you can see how it's making the loop more sturdy because it's been stitched. Let me do one or two more, and then I'll show you so you can see the difference in the size of the loop. Okay. So you see here we've done a single crochet on this side, and this side we still need to do a single crochet all the way around. You do that, and that makes it sturdy, and it will fit over your bead. Now, when you do this single crochet into each chain, it will make this loop a little bit smaller, so you need to test it, make sure it's still going through. You might have to undo it and add a stitch or two, or take a stitch or two off your original loop if it's not fitting through. So that is it. And how cute are they? They're just so fun. Necklaces and bracelets. And you could do the same thing. You could make ankle bracelets with these as well, doing the same process. Aren't they cute? Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up, comment, let me know if you've made these. Let me know if my instructions were clear enough. If they aren't, I can redo a portion or something if you're interested in making them and you're not understanding what I'm saying, because I'm here for you. All right, remember to laugh, be kind, enjoy life, have fun, and God bless, and I'll see you all in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.